Mexican boxers are renowned for their distinctive style, toughness, and rich contributions to the sport of boxing. Historically, Mexican fighters have become synonymous with an aggressive, relentless fighting approach, often characterized by powerful body shots, resilience, and an indomitable spirit. This style, coupled with a deep boxing culture, has made Mexico one of the most important countries in boxing history. Here's a closer look at the features of Mexican boxers and their historical significance. Key features of Mexican boxers' style: aggressive, come-forward fighting. Mexican boxers are traditionally known for their relentless pressure. They often march forward, taking risks to close the distance with their opponents, trading punches in a high-action, crowd-pleasing manner. This style puts emphasis on fighting in the pocket, up close, and dictating the pace of the fight. Body punching mastery. One of the hallmarks of Mexican fighters is their focus on body punches. Mexican boxers are masters of targeting the body, aiming to weaken opponents over time by delivering heavy, precise hooks to the liver and ribcage. The legendary Mexican liver shot is feared in the sport for its ability to break down even the toughest opponents. Resilience and toughness. Mexican fighters are famous for their durability and ability to withstand punishment. Many times, even when behind on the scorecards or injured, Mexican boxers display remarkable grit, often staging incredible comebacks late in fights. They are often described as having a warrior's heart, willing to endure physical punishment in pursuit of victory. Counterpunching and technical prowess. Though often associated with an aggressive style, many elite Mexican boxers possess great technical skills, especially in counterpunching. Fighters like Juan Manuel Marquez and Salvador Sanchez are known for their ability to time their opponents perfectly, countering their punches with precision and power. Boxing for the people. Mexican boxing culture is deeply rooted in the working-class ethos. Boxers often represent more than just themselves. They fight for their community, their family, and their country's pride. This connection to the people gives Mexican fighters an additional emotional edge, often referred to as fighting with corazón, heart. Historical significance and evolution. 1. The early days, pre-World War II era. Mexican boxing began to gain international attention in the early 20th century. Fighters like Baby Arizmendi, who fought in the featherweight division during the 1930s, set the foundation for future Mexican boxers. He was one of the earliest Mexican champions to fight internationally, showing the world the tenacity and skill of Mexican fighters. His rivalries, particularly with U.S. fighters, put Mexican boxing on the map. 2. The Golden Age, 1940s to 1970s. This period marked the rise of Rubén Olivares, José Nápoles, and Carlos Zarate, all of whom became global icons and elevated Mexican boxing to new heights. Rubén Olivares, considered one of the greatest bantamweight fighters in history, was known for his exceptional knockout power, earning the nickname El Puas, the Thorn, due to his aggressive, swarming style. José Nápoles, though originally from Cuba, is often embraced as a Mexican legend because of his long residency in Mexico and his dominant reign as a welterweight world champion. Known as mantequilla, butter, for his smooth, effortless style, Nápoles displayed a mix of technical prowess and aggression that became a hallmark of Mexican boxing. Carlos Zarate, one of the most feared punchers in bantamweight history, held the WBC title in the 1970s and was known for his ferocious knockout ability. This era solidified Mexico as a breeding ground for world-class talent, particularly in the lower weight divisions, and it established the Mexican style as a major force in the boxing world. 3. The rise of global icons, 1980s to 1990s. The 1980s and 1990s saw the emergence of perhaps the most iconic Mexican boxer of all time, Julio Cesar Chavez, who is regarded by many as the greatest fighter in Mexico's history. Chavez's career epitomized the Mexican style: relentless pressure, devastating body punches, and an iron chin. Julio Cesar Chavez, holding 6 world titles in 3 different weight divisions, Chavez became a national hero and an international superstar. He was known for his ability to take punishment and keep coming forward, as well as his devastating hook to the body. His 1990 fight against Meldrick Taylor, which he won in a dramatic 12th round stoppage, is one of the most famous moments in boxing history. Chavez represented everything about the Mexican warrior spirit: toughness, heart, and a relentless will to win. Salvador Sanchez, a featherweight champion, Sanchez was known for his technical skills, brilliant footwork, and remarkable composure in the ring. His untimely death in a car accident at the age of 23 cut short what many believe could have been one of the greatest careers in boxing history. Marco Antonio Barrera and Eric Morales, these two warriors were involved in one of the most iconic trilogies in boxing history during the early 2000s. Their brutal, back-and-forth battles, filled with non-stop action and heart, cemented their legacies as two of Mexico's greatest fighters. Before, modern Mexican boxing, 2000s present. In recent years, Mexican boxing has continued to thrive with new generations of fighters who have brought a mix of the traditional Mexican fighting spirit and more refined technical boxing skills. Canelo Alvarez, the most prominent Mexican boxer of the 21st century, Canelo has become a global superstar, winning world titles in multiple weight classes from light middleweight to light heavyweight. While Canelo incorporates elements of the traditional Mexican style, such as body punching and aggression, he is also known for his defensive improvements, head movement, and ring IQ, showing the evolution of Mexican boxing. Juan Manuel Marquez, one of the most technically skilled fighters in Mexican history, Marquez is famous for his precise counterpunching and high boxing IQ. His knockout of Manny Pacquiao in 2012 is one of the most famous moments in modern boxing history. Andy Ruiz Jr. In 2019, Ruiz made history as the first Mexican-American heavyweight champion when he upset Anthony Joshua in a dramatic fight. While heavyweights were traditionally not a stronghold for Mexican fighters, Ruiz's victory demonstrated that the Mexican fighting spirit transcends weight classes. Cultural impact of Mexican boxers. Mexican boxers have transcended the sport, becoming cultural icons and symbols of national pride. Boxing is deeply woven into Mexican culture, with events attracting massive audiences both locally and internationally. The passion that Mexican fans have for the sport fuels a continuous cycle of talent, with young fighters growing up inspired by their country's boxing legends. For many, boxing is not just a sport, but a way of life, a path to a better future. Mexican fighters, with their all-action style, never-give-up attitude, and mastery of body shots, have left an indelible mark on the sport, contributing to some of boxing's most memorable moments.